Spyro Reignited Trilogy is a remake of the first 3 Spyro games that came out for the PS1, starting all the way back in 1998. In case you missed it, this series actually turned 20 back in September, which I covered in a brief retrospective. After replaying the originals, I'm more familiar with the franchise now more than ever, so the question stands: do these games still hold up? The quick answer is yes, but I'm going to break these down one by one, even though essentially they're all basically the same in terms of controls. In the first game, Spyro the Dragon, a villain known as Nasty Nork transforms all of the dragons, except for Spyro, into stone. Simply touching said dragons will avert the curse, and you'll get a quick little introduction along with some helpful advice. Saving dragons acts like a gating device, along with collecting gems. Certain areas can't be accessed until a set amount of dragons are rescued, and gems are recovered. You know, typical platforming etiquette of this era. Spyro has 2 basic attacks. Shooting flames can extinguish most enemies, except for those that wear metallic armor. For them, you need to charge, which is just as chaotic as it was in the original. It's fun to ram through 4 targets in a row or something of that nature, but some areas require a bit more finesse. You can also jump and glide around, and for the most part, it's fairly easy. Sure, you need to sort of grind a bit to hunt for certain statues and gems in order to progress to the next area, and some of the quests are more difficult than others. But there's enough easy stuff in there that anyone can get through the game no problem. This is especially true given the fact that you essentially have 4 chances to get hit by enemies. Your dragonfly pal, Sparks, acts like your health bar. There are lives, which seems like an antiquated system to keep for this remake, but I found myself rarely dying in the first place, so this issue really didn't come into play. Moving on, Ripto's Rage finds Spyro in a new dimension. The biggest difference here is that the collecting factor is cranked up to 11. Instead of dragons, you collect talismans at the end of each world, green orbs scattered around and on quests, and yes, gems. Not only that, gems are also used to sort of buy upgrades for Spyro, like being able to go underwater or climb ladders. You may go to a world, not have an ability yet, and have to go back later to finish that world. It sort of needlessly complicated things in order to sort of evolve the more simple nature of the original, but I don't think it did it quite as well as it wanted to. Our final game, Year of the Dragon, blends the first 2 games together in a more balanced experience. It's back to collecting dragons, only this time they're babies hatching from eggs. Otherwise, it's just gems, nothing else of note. Alright, and you go underground into yet another forgotten realm where dragons once ruled, but is now being ruled by a usurper. Go figure. So that's the basic gist of these 3 games. In my opinion, I think the first game is the best, with 3 close behind and 2 at dead last. As annoying as some of the collecting parts are from that game, again, it's still easy, and by no means is it a bad game. If I had to rank them, well, this is what I'd go with though. Spyro, at the time, felt like an answer to both Super Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot. Crash was Sony's mascot for a time, by and large, but it was a very different platformer compared to Nintendo's mascot. It was more 2.5D than 3D, and also a lot harder. So Spyro then was Sony's big budget answer to a 3D platformer, courtesy of Insomniac, designed for a younger audience. By no means is it a cakewalk, but it is better balanced than Crash's games. For that reason, I think this collection holds up better than Crash's insane trilogy. It's simple, clean, charming fun that is accessible to both new gamers and fans of the originals. It has setbacks, sure. This type of platformer has all but gone away for good reason, as the industry sort of got clogged up in this era, as much as the PS2 generation was clustered with Grand Theft Auto clones. And yet coming back with this new sheen just felt so good. It reignited the flame in my heart for Spyro. My name is Tristan, and you've been watching ReActionExaminer, wherein I do my best to create interesting videos to entertain and educate you fine folks. Be sure to subscribe, that helped me out a lot. And if you want to check out more, be sure to read my work over on The Gamer, wherein I write fun little listicles. You can also drop by my personal website, GameJerk, wherein I post other articles and reviews. All these links and more can be found in the description below. Thanks, and see you all next time.